Good evening.
And thanks for turning up in large numbers. I'm not amused why. I know a lot of you have braved the traffic, the weather, and definitely parking rules to come here. So, but I'm not amused again, as I said, I'm not amused why. We have with us Mr. Satish Magar, an icon of Pune. He needs no introduction. And I stand between his talk and this whole topic that we're going to talk about today. With that said, I would like to call upon Mr. Charudatta Joshi, who will be the facilitator for today's talk. He is the founder and also the chairman of MVPI, which is again a pioneer in itself of having an organization around entrepreneurship. That's it. Mr. Joshi, over to you. Thank you.
Good evening, friends. Good evening. I am Charudatta Joshi, your anchor for today's program. I was a scientist in DRDO. At the beginning, I would like to ask you a question. Who was the scientist who led India to nuclear weapon reliant country? Yes, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was the chief of DRDO, where I worked for 15 years. I had an opportunity to interact with him during my armament development project, main battle tank Arjun. The relevance of remembering Dr. Abdul Kalam here are two. Number one, in a way, Dr. Abdul Kalam was an entrepreneur. His field of interest were space and defense. And second, in Mr. Satish Magar's Magarpatta Township city, Dr. Abdul Kalam referred his township in his book named Target 13 Billion. He has written a chapter about Magarpatta city township. So at the start, let's pay tribute to Dr. Kalam. Coming back to our My Journey program, it reminds me of my journey of 20 years of real estate development. As a developer, I too have a story to tell. I hope to share it with you some other day. Today's program has been split in three parts. First part of 50 to 55 minutes with Mr. Satish Magar. Second part of 15 to 20 minutes question and answer session. And later vote of thanks. Today, we are gathered here to know the master craftsman of Magarpatta city, Mr. Satish Magar. Before I invite him on dais for chat, I want you to know the Magarpatta city, what all it about. How a man's vision can transform farmlands to a livable township. NDTV Profit has interviewed Mr. Satish Magar in the program Unstoppable Indians. Let us watch this video clip.
Hello and welcome to the Unstoppable Indians, a show that is dedicated to ordinary people with extraordinary initiative, people who are changing India. Special economic zones. To some, they signify islands of great infrastructure. To others, they signify a land-grabbing exercise, farmer displacement and political protests. But mention Magarpatta city and almost everyone is of the same view. That's because Magarpatta is a township that is owned, built and managed by farmers. Today on the Unstoppable Indians, meet the farmers who are the poster boys for equitable, inclusive community development. If you live in Pune or visit regularly, you would know Magarpatta city. It's only 7 kilometers from the Pune railway station, 5 kilometers from the business district. And so it's practically in the heart of Pune. And yet, when you enter for the first time, Magarpatta takes you by surprise. Modern buildings, smooth, wide roads, lush green parks, walkways, an IT park. The modernity is dazzling. What's even more dazzling is the fact that Magarpatta was planned and developed entirely by farmers. Men who never went to business school, men who knew nothing about the real estate business, men with no capital other than the farmland they owned. The men in question were originally sugarcane farmers. In 1961, their agricultural land was recognized as a part of the Pune municipal area. But farming went on as usual. The jolt came in 1982. A draft development plan for Pune reserved this agricultural land for future urban growth. In simple terms, the government felt that by 2020, when the population of Pune hit 2 million, this agricultural land would have to give way to urban development. The government estimates were wrong. The population of Pune hit 2 million by 1991, 19 years ahead of schedule. The agricultural zone was threatened. As demand picked up, farmers started selling bits and pieces of land. Unauthorized construction was visible, and that's when an influential farming family, the Magar family, galvanized a group of farmers and a novel idea was born.
In '93 is when we went to the government with a proposal saying that we are 120 families. We own this 434 acres of land, which we own ancestrally. Urbanization is growing very fast. We do agree that it is an agriculture zone, but there is no mechanism to stop fragmentation of agriculture zone and unauthorized construction in the agriculture area. Give us an opportunity of doing something different, where we would pool our lands together, we would all become stakeholders of the company. We would look at the future development of our families and develop this into an organized development. So that is what happened in '93. We went to the government with this wild idea.
The government took 6 years to sign off on the idea, largely because of its novelty. This was the first time a group of farmers had come together with a plan to form a company, build a township, and create 4 million square feet of office space for the IT industry. But the farmers were convinced they had a sound plan. They knew they would lose their land to urbanization. The question was, could they join the urban matrix? Step one was the formation of a private limited company, the Magarpatta Township Development and Construction Company. The capital on the company's balance sheet was 434 acres of land, and its shareholders were the 120 families or 800 individuals that owned the land. Each farmer got shares in the company proportionate to his land holding. A 100 rupee share was assigned for every 1 square meter of land owned. Today, each share, based on enterprise value, is worth 4,500 rupees. Farmer shareholders. That was only step one. The next set of challenges was, how do you create a symbiotic relationship between the farmers and the company? How do you create multiple revenue and livelihood opportunities? The Magarpatta model addresses a number of these issues. For instance, the Magarpatta company sold its first set of apartments at the rate of 1,000 rupees per square foot. 30% of the proceeds were distributed amongst the shareholders. The rest was invested back into the company. Later developments sold for 4,000 rupees a square foot, and once again 30% was paid out to the shareholders. So the Magarpatta farmers continue to benefit from the appreciation in real estate prices. This wouldn't have been possible if they had sold all their land upfront to a real estate developer.